What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Perdition Temple, entitled The Tempter's Victorious. This is released on Hells Headbangers Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Tampa, Florida, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very fast, venomous, and blistering style of black and death metal. Perdition Temple is one of the many musical projects formed by a guy by the name of Gene Palubicki, whom you may best know as one part of one of the greatest black death metal bands of all time, in my opinion. That band, of course, being Angelcorpse. An absolutely immensely great band, delivering a near-flawless discography of great black and death metal. But ever since that band decided to fold, he decided to continue on in the form of many different musical projects. One band in particular being Blasphemic Cruelty, and of course this project being Perdition Temple. Of course, a very awesome debut album in 2010 entitled Edict of the Antichrist Elect. Just a really awesome record. Great classic sort of death metal stylings being presented with that album. And now we fast forward to 2015, and Perdition Temple have returned with a little bit of a revamped lineup of sorts. Joining the fray is Bill Taylor, whom has a little bit of history with Angelcorpse, considering he played on the 1998 album Exterminate, and a little bit on Hammer of Gods. He's playing guitar on here, and we have Impurath from Black Witchery doing vocal work. This was originally supposed to come out last year, but apparently this album got kind of lost in the shuffle amidst a slew of a bunch of other 2014 releases. Of course, to tide us over, there was a bit of an EP, a 7-inch EP that was released with a new track and a Blasphemy cover, if I'm not mistaken. Just something to hold us over until the legit release of this new album. And now here we are with The Tempter's Victorious, second full length from Perdition Temple. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 36 minutes in length, and pretty much every single track that's on here is straight to the point and just will grab you by the throat and never let you go. This is a very shining example of how to do proper old school death metal with a little bit of that maniacal blackened sort of edge. And you can tell right away from the minute this album starts that it's going to be maniacal as soon as you hear some really just disgusting riff work being presented here. I mean, take the title track and Sides of Antichrist, just some really incredible riff work being done on here. I really love the fact that that Gene still knows how to handle a guitar and play as well as he does. He is so very amazing at what he does here. And of course, the inclusion of Bill Taylor being added to the mix makes things sound really awesome and smooth as well. I love the riffs, I love the speed, I love the evil vibes being presented here. Of course, later on with tracks like Goddess and Death and the Doomsday Chosen, just some insane riffing going on. I love the picking, the chords. It's just really awesome. I love the solos. They are very insane to hear. The solo work is very maniacal and crazy to listen to. I love the way that it's being presented here. Just very awesome riff work all the way throughout. Bass-wise, I think the bass is very good too. Definitely very audible. Definitely has that old school kind of death metal quality when it comes to being played. It's very audible, not too loud or too overbearing. I definitely love the way that these riffs are, the bass tone and bass riffs are being handled here. I definitely think it's something great to listen to. The drum work is very good too. You can definitely tell there's a little bit of a fast sort of pace when it comes to the drums. A lot of fast fills, a lot of awesome double bass, just a lot of great movements and footwork being done within the drumming. I definitely think that more likely than anything that this is a showcase for the riff work to be done here, kind of an afterthought for the drumming, but I still think the drumming sounds very awesome here. I definitely love the speed. It never really lets up, and it maintains a very good steady pace all the way throughout. It definitely feels very relentless and very fast for a 36-minute record. And when it comes to the vocals, of course, Impurath's vocals are very easily recognizable. You can definitely tell he has a very evil, demonic sort of sense to his vocal delivery, and with his vocal performance on the Tempter's Victorious, I definitely think it's awesome. I love his vocal delivery. I love his evil, maniacal sort of vocal presentation. Definitely understandable, very well worded, still evil sounding. That kind of that growl, that evil sort of growl that he presents himself with here, it definitely sounds like a typical Impurath performance. I love the way it sounds here, and he definitely does some incredible vocal work here. I love his screams, I love his growls. Definitely a very, very vocal performance to be heard on here. So overall, it's good to have Perdition Temple back in the fold of things. I definitely think that this is a very sturdy follow-up to Edict of the Antichrist Elect. If you're a fan of what Gene Palubicki has done in the past, if you're a fan of Perdition Temple or black or death metal, the Tempter's Victorious is definitely well worth the wait. Definitely could have had room in my top 20 last year if it had came out last year, but who knows, it'll probably show up on this year's top 20 list, so we'll see what happens. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say the title track, The Tempter's Victorious, Size of Antichrist, The Doomsday Chosen, and Chambers of Predation. So I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will link you to the Hells Headbangers Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can buy it digitally there, and it is available in a wide multitude of physical formats: CD, 12-inch vinyl, picture disc, cassette tape. There are lots of options available. You can get merch from the band, and if you happen to be in the Houston area around June, they will be playing Destroying Texas Fest alongside bands such as Nocturnus, Imprecation, Hades Archer, just a who's who of bands to be brought for this year's Destroying Texas Fest, and I think they make a great fit for that fest. So, again, the album is The Tempter's Victorious by Perdition Temple. This is released on Hells Headbangers Records. Definitely support this, and I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Very sturdy and solid Black Death from a very creative Black Death band. So support Perdition Temple. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until the next time, Armijo out.